Hey, Crystal, how are you doing?
I am dangerously close to fabulous.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
How are you doing?
I am full of beans, I tell ya.
Well, no one asked, but I'm full to the brim.
Who the fuck is that? I'm your host, Crystal.
And I'm Kathleen.
And we're doing just fine. Hello, everyone. Today we have a very special guest coming to you live from my living room. We have Jover.
Hello.
Jover, please introduce yourself and what do you do?
Okay, well, she said, my name's Jover. Pamampo. I cut hair.
A master barber.
Oh no.
An entrepreneur.
Oh, we love creatives.
So, yes, I said I cut hair. I've been cutting hair for almost 9 years now. And besides that, I'm a pretty simple guy. I'd like to go to the gym.
Sorry.
Watch anime, go out to eat and hang out with my friends.
Ooh.
Man, I feel like I'm 30.
Oh,
Crazy.
because
Oh, that's right. I am 30.
when?
Last week.
Wow.
May 1st to be exact.
30?
29 plus 1.
Ooh, I love it. What anime are you watching right now?
Oh, sorry. I also forgot to say, Kathleen here is my wife.
Yes.
Yes.
That is correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Can you tell? Because the first question was, what anime are you watching?
Yeah.
What anime are you watching?
After we just had a whole anime episode.
I know.
This is not an anime podcast, but
This is not an anime.
It's not.
just watching Apothecary because everything is either dead because they're on break or nothing's
Or
really.
they are dead.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Rip Jujutsu Kaisen. And to clarify, that is Apothecary Diaries?
Yes.
Right.
Love Apothecary Diaries.
You heard it here, folks. Apothecary Diaries.
Apothecary Diaries. The barber said it himself.
The master barber and the creative entrepreneur said it himself. Okay? Amazing.
Love that. Okay, so Jover, let's kind of learn a little bit more about what you do. Obviously, you said you're a barber, but walk us through your day-to-day life as a hairstylist.
Ooh, we love it.
Because I feel like we don't know what that looks like.
I don't even think about that. So I wake up. It's a little hard to wake up. Sorry. I'm trying to make jokes, but anyways, so cool thing is, since I've been cutting for so long, I have built a pretty good clientele. So I'm able to like dictate how my schedule is during the week. So some days I start earlier, some days I start later. It just really depends. So with that, my days kind of go like this: wake up, go to the gym for about like an hour or so, and then. Oh wow, it's really basic. Get ready for work. Come home, get ready for work. Take care of my clients. And then go home. It's very basic. Just and I also I made it a point to have a lunch break. Entrepreneurs or guys or just people who stand on your feet all day. Make sure you have a lunch break. It really depends how busy my day is sometimes, because like there'll be days where I cut like 5 or 6 clients. Pretty good day, not too bad. But Coachella weekend and Stagecoach weekend killed me. Yeah, I was probably on my feet for like 10 plus hours because my day would start like at 9:30, and then I wouldn't stop cutting till like 7, 8ish because like I would have like clients come in after work. And, like, I dread it, but the money was good because you know, they needed it. But yeah, I'd come home. After after that week, I come home. I'd plug in my foot massager, put my feet in, and watch the NBA playoffs or an
Love
anime.
it.
But also, I also got to make sure I eat. Yeah. So, yeah.
Wow, Coachella and Stagecoach is that busy? I never realized that.
Oh, I hated it. Yeah, I think there was a day. There was 3 days in a row. I literally had a after hours, after hours, after hours.
God.
So it was
Oh
like
my gosh.
10 to 8, 9:30 to 7:30, whatever. You know, that
Do
was.
they all get the same haircuts?
No, not really. Some like I have a pretty versatile like amount of clientele. So it's like some like want to try more edgier stuff, but some will just want like, bro, can I just get a haircut? I just want to look nice and clean. You know, because you also have like working professionals, but then you also have the younger crowd who want to try newer stuff with their hair, as like, you know, you can probably see that's becoming a lot more popular with like social
That
media.
makes sense.
So, do you only cut men's haircuts, or do you also cut women's hair? And what is your favorite haircut that
Ooh.
you've done or usually do?
Good
or
question.
Mhm.
So when I first started, I tried to get into women's haircuts. There was actually a lady who came in and taught how to cut layers, and I still use her technique to this day, and I get compliments on it. I just recently cut Kathleen's hair. I did give her layers and bangs, but besides that, not really. I found out how hard it was and kind of nerve wracking to like cut women's hair because there's so much length that you got to deal with, and especially if it's like a drastic change, like if the shape is off or like I don't know, like people kind of say like you can kind of hide a bad haircut with longer hair, but I never felt that confident in doing longer hair. So I stick with very basic women's haircuts and very basic layers. I'll maybe dabble into what is it, more fun stuff or just like different women's haircuts, but for the most part I just do men's cuts as of right now. And then second question, favorite haircut.
The bowl cut.
I'm basic, bro.
Love the bowl cuts.
Get a 6 on top. Let me taper or fade you up. I'm done with my day.
I feel like
Give
a
me
lot of
that
people
one,
look good
please.
with that cut too.
Yeah,
Huh?
certain people. I mean, it's perfect for summertime or like when it's getting warmer. You know, get a buzz. I always try to talk my clients into getting a buzz cut. I have the what is it, the notorious. It's called a 16 guard, and then so it's like it's a big old guard. It's like this big, like it's like 2.5 inches long. So it leaves the hair 2.5 inches long on top, and then you know get a fade or a taper. Perfect for the summertime. But then we can get you know go lower. So I always try to like talk them into getting those. But no, but actually my favorite haircut I think right now, it's a little annoying to do, but it's a graduated brushback. Okay, if here's one.
Insert photo
Insert
here.
photo now. Graduated brushback with a taper. There you
And split. Okay. Oh, fun fact, guys. Jover shaved my mom's head.
Oh my gosh, that did happen once.
Mhm.
I have photos.
go. That's crazy.
Yeah, we have photos. Everyone has photos.
Yeah, we were
was
like in the
wild.
front, the driveway,
Yeah,
right?
it was during the pandemic, and she
That
loved
was
it so
wild.
much. She
Oh
wants to
my
go
gosh.
bald again.
As
So,
she should.
Like a thumb?
Well,
yeah.
That's crazy.
she doesn't really live in a state where she should have bald hair
No.
anymore. though. Like I feel like in Colorado, you don't.
You can't.
The sun is too close to you.
The sun is too
you know.
close. It's too cold.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. And on that note, Jover did recently cut my hair, like literally a few nights ago. But he usually doesn't.
Can
He
I-
always tells me I have to support my craft, so I usually do go to somebody. But literally, it was because I was about to cut my own bangs, and he's like, "Oh, should I do it?" And then I was like, "No, it's fine. I literally do this all the time." And he's like, "No, it's fine. I'll do it." So he did it, and then I tried to get the what is this cut again?
Hime?
The Hime
Hime
haircut,
cut.
where you have like some long pieces in the front. It's not necessarily face framing because it's meant to be like super blunt or whatever. And then like he looked at the rest of my hair and was like, man,
No.
now it doesn't go. And then so at like midnight,
It was
past
actually
midnight,
past midnight.
he cut my hair.
The goal was to finish before 1, and we did.
And we did.
Before
like
one is
12:40 it's like
crazy.
12:45.
Yeah.
It's so late.
So that's literally it. Otherwise, Jover doesn't cut my hair. So if any of y'all asking, no.
Support your local
Support
artist.
your
Yes.
hairdresser.
Mm-hmm.
Love that. Okay, so I feel like we already learned a lot about what goes through a barber's day in the life. At least Jover the barber,
Dude.
not any barber, I guess. But we'd love to get more into like the deep dive questions.
Hit me.
And so this first part is like a theme called finding the chair.
Ooh.
So what
Alright,
first
chat.
drew you to barbering? Was there like a moment or a mentor that sparked the passion? Because you've obviously been doing this for a long time now.
So, I guess when I first started, barbering wasn't a passion. It was kind of like a convenience thing because I was in college, and this was a time where I didn't work, so I didn't really have like a lot of money. And this is when also haircuts was kind of like, oh, you should go get a haircut like every 2 weeks. Because I was notorious for like getting a haircut every like 3 months or so. So, I wanted to learn how to cut hair, and then actually, this barber, my actual first barber that like actually was cool with, his name was Frankie. He was like, I was asking him,
Sorry, Frankie Grande. I just had to say it.
Why would you invite that
I'm
spirit
sorry.
into this building?
Anyways, Frankie was like, yeah, man. I talked to him about like, being a barber, just a little bit, just a little insight. And he was like, yeah, man, it's really cool. You should really go for it. So he kind of like gave me that idea that and planted that seed in my mind that maybe I should be a barber, 'cause, it seemed like a really, really chill job. And so college comes. I kind of start dabbling into cutting my own hair. I watch like my very first time of cutting my own hair. I like prep for like weeks. I was watching
Weeks
I was
of prep.
I was
Wow.
watching because I've never cut hair before, right? And then my dad had this like haircut for dummies handbook. It was like the thick yellow handbooks.
What?
Why
Right?
was it just sitting around?
I had no idea.
Why did he even have
But-
one?
Is
But
that what we call
Fate?
Very-
it's fate?
But,
Invisible string.
anyways, so that happened. So he had that, and it came with a clipper, like some basic clipper. And so I was like, okay, cool, let me try it. So I watched videos for like weeks, and I was really nervous. And like one night, I just decided to cut my hair. It was like damn near like midnight.
Always midnight.
Oh yeah, it took me and then like so I started cutting. It took me like 3 hours to cut my own hair. I have no idea how it looked because my perception of haircuts now is completely different. It was probably pretty trash because bad lighting. It was like yellow bathroom lights.
Oh, I love that vintage.
Yes.
Vintage.
And I was like, oh, okay, hopefully this turns out pretty okay. And then so I started cutting hair, and then I was like, wow, this is actually pretty fun. And so I would ask like my cousins, and then my dad, I was like, hey, can I practice on you for free haircuts? A little side note, one of my cousins I actually practiced on, this was before I was cutting hair. I accidentally gave him like a bald spot, like an inch thick of a bald spot because he buzzed his hair with like, I think it was a 4. And then he just wanted me to like get the rest of the back. So he like called me up. And so we're in the bathroom, and I missed like a little section.
Oh, no.
And then I forgot to put the guard on. I closed the clipper all the way. So closed meaning like it's like as close. It's like 0. It's a 0. And I go over the spot in his like in like the back of his head, and all I hear is like, zzz. I'm like, dude, I think I just gave you a bald spot, and like you just see like the soul leave my cousin,
Oh no.
and then I was like, if it makes you feel better, you can give me a bald spot too. I just felt so bad. I was like, hey, you know what? If we're gonna look dumb, we're gonna look dumb together. So the next day, he went to school, threw a hat on with a hoodie, and
With a hoodie,
you couldn't do
it's
that.
crazy.
And then his teacher was like, hey, what's with the whole thing? So took the teacher to the back of the classroom, showed the bald spot, and she was like, oh. Yeah, you can keep it on. You can keep it on. It was pretty bad. It was like an inch and a half. Anyways.
Oh no!
Oh my gosh.
Anyways, so yeah, started cutting hair.
So sad.
So the passion for it wasn't really there. It was kind of just like convenient, but like I kind of like really enjoyed how fun it was. Yeah, cutting like my cousins. That's how I kind of first started and like enjoying.
You enjoy giving bald cuts?
Yes.
Bald spots.
Do you still do that to this day?
like for fun?
Like shaving people?
When was the last time you
Yeah.
had the really big
Oh,
like mess up?
man. This is not recent, but like there's another story. Okay, so if you want to include this. So this is already in my apprenticeship. And so you know,
Term.
the black guy came in. I was like, you know, being the Asian barber, I watched a bunch of videos. I was not prepared for this moment because he got like a high top. And so the fade was pretty solid. Conversation was good. And so I pick out his hair because he kind of wanted it cut short. But the thing with his head is that like at the very tip of your head, it's called the apex. It was super high, like pronounced, right?
Oh.
But his high top covered it. So like from his apex to like and then towards the front of your head, it drops. So there's a height difference. And so he was like, yeah, can you just match can you just like cut like an inch, right? An inch from the front. So I took that and I had like my balding clippers, which like, you know, just makes it really close to shape. And so I go over like his head and I freaking scalped him. Like there's a literal bald spot, and I freaked out. I started having anxiety sweats, and then one of the other barbers like looked at me and was like, "Oh, you're doing good," and I looked at him, I was like, "No, brother, I gave him a bald spot."
Oh no!
And then the worst part is I did give him a discount, but I didn't tell him.
Oh my god! Did you ever see him again?
No, never saw him again.
He's like,
No, I honestly that was on me. And so like that's when I asked Alan, my mentor, I was like, dude, I did this. Like, how could I have like done better or like, you know? But yeah, you just because even at that point, I was still kind of scared to touch like people's heads, even though like, you know, they're getting a haircut. So because it does become a little intimate, right?
Yeah.
Very intimate setting.
Intimate.
Whoa, what a diet.
But so yeah, and that's when he told me, he's like, yeah, like feel around, just because since you can't see it, you know, you want to be able to at least like, what does it feel around, see if it is too high, and then that's when you can make your professional like opinions, like, hey, this is too much off, or if you go that low, we're gonna scalp you. So that's what I learned.
How do you check? Like, do you check like from the top down, or do you check like you put?
I literally what I was taught is literally put a finger where it's at
From the top.
From
the top.
of
So your
the
apex
top of
is
your head.
Yeah, right here.
so you see your crown, right, the back of the head, where
Yeah.
so right over that is your apex. So that's the highest point of the head.
Okay.
And then if you go forward, it drops down, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's your fringe area or the front of your hair. So
I have a very small apex.
I can't tell. My hair is in a
well,
pony.
you know what's crazy? I'm cooked because I have like a little dip from my apex to my.
Huh?
Yeah, I have a little dip. Yeah, my head goes like this.
It's like a little
It's like a little dip.
mesa.
It's not a perfect round. It's not rounded. It's a little dip.
Oh no, my scalp looks like my dad.
Like a kid, like kids, babies have like the dips at the top of.
Shoot,
their
maybe
head.
I
You
don't
should
know.
not fully develop.
Maybe not.
I'm kidding.
Jokes. Anyways, okay.
Amazing.
Next.
Wow. Okay.
Next question.
So, okay, wait, but you briefly mentioned your mentor. How did that happen? Like,
How did you get one?
how did you get one?
Crazy. This honestly, I tell this story all the time, and I still can't believe it. It just seems so fake. Or like,
surreal.
Like, I guess yeah,
Like you can't make this shit up.
like the Lord said baba bing baba boom, you know.
Bada bing, bada boom.
I don't know, bro. He just like he literally
Fates.
yes. Anyways, so I met my mentor through IG actually. He DM'd me on my IG. And like the craziest part is that I was already cutting hair for like a year and a half, like not consistently because I was also working a part-time job to acquire money to go to barber school. So I was working at Loma Linda Market. Shout out to Loma Linda Market. I was getting hella free food, like dried fruits and stuff.
Dry foods.
And then I would hide in the freezer if I didn't want to talk to the customers.
Okay, wait,
Right.
pause. Sorry to bother your thing, but I have to say this before I forget. If you guys have watched, recently there's been a lot of documentaries about like Loma Linda Market. And there was this one documentary talking about how like, oh yeah, the people in Loma Linda are all vegetarian. And then the interviewer asked one of the workers of Loma Linda Market, are you vegetarian? And this guy said, no, I'm Mexican.
Shout out to my guy Gilbert.
Wait,
That's Jover's coworker.
where? What documentary?
Dude, it was so
Okay,
bad.
I
I'm
got
like,
you.
y'all did not watch this.
Go on YouTube.
So good you had to say it twice.
Crazy, it's so good.
Oh my
It's such a
god,
good thing to
I've
say.
never seen that.
Cue, roll the clip, Andrew. Once you find the clip, you got to cue the clip.
And
Yeah.
we'll put it up here. Boom.
Just a little snippet so
Just
we
a
don't get
snippet.
sued.
Yeah, Gilbert,
right.
Hispanic guy, has glasses.
It is so crazy. Also, I'm like, as a producer or like as someone who's editing, like y'all didn't think to delete this part?
No, I think it was meant to stay in there. Play it.
Okay, play it.
Oh, you try? Oh,
Yeah, we try.
yeah.
We try
Are you
that.
vegan or vegetarian?
I'm Mexican. No. 70 years old. I've been eating crap.
Did he
for
laugh? They caught him. That was good. That was
That's
really
perfect.
good.
I'm Mexican.
Me? No, I'm Mexican.
Another fun fact about him, he actually does an after school program for troubled kids.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
really nice.
So he's like a mentor.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's
great guy,
really
great guy.
nice.
Love the guy.
Have you guys seen? Oh, I'm so sorry now that we're here. That whole like, are you vegan? No, I'm Mexican. You guys remember that Vine? Hey, bro, I'm lesbian. I thought you were American. You guys remember that?
I don't, but that's actually really funny.
The way you say it, it rings a bell.
You guys don't
I
remember?
thought you were American.
Place Vine here.
Roll the clip.
Hey, I'm lesbian.
I thought you were American.
Literally. She said, she told her like brother, hey, I'm lesbian. And he said, I thought you were American. Guys, same vibes, same vibes. That would have hit on Vine.
Okay. There was this. Speaking of coming out, there was this. I just saw this like one random video, and I think it was on Vine as well, or maybe it was just like one of those like AFV America's Funniest Home Videos. And then they were on a roller coaster. It was like a kid and his mom, and the mom was recording. And then they're like about to go down, right? And the kid is freaking out. He's like, no, mom, I'm gay. I'm gay. I'm gay.
This is on AFB? How did they record it?
It was so funny. I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Maybe we'll also try to insert clips.
If we can find it, insert here.
Insert.
I'm actually gay. I'm gay. I'm gay. I'm sorry I lied to you, Daniel. I'm actually gay.
Clip.
So
Oh
we're
my
not getting
God.
monetized for this.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we are getting monetized. No, we're not making money off of this.
Yeah.
It's free labor.
This
So
is
it doesn't
passion.
matter. Yeah, this is
This is
not this
passion.
episode, maybe future episodes, because we will have some exclusive content if you buy in.
It's crazy.
Anyways.
Okay. Anyway, sorry,
Anyways,
Jover. Go ahead.
Yeah, been cutting hair for a year and a half. Kathleen pushes me to like start my IG page, but I was like still very like conscious about my work because I was like, it's not that good because of who I was following. I was like trying to get that good, but it's like, bro, like they've been cutting hair for so long, right? You're just starting. You're not gonna be that good.
Yeah.
Anyways, I finally like I'm like, okay, cool. I'll start my page. I had like 3 pictures, and I post those 3 pictures within like a week's span, and then like we're just at home chilling, and I get a DM. I was like, hey, It's the IG page was called The Vibe 1.0, right? Because that was the salon's name, right? And so Alan, he's like, hey, my name's Alan. I'm owner of The Vibe, a unisex salon out here in Riverside. If I could pull the DM, I don't know if it's still a thing, but and he's like, I stumbled upon your page, like I was just wondering like how like or like if you would be interested because we have like a few chairs opened up or spots opened up, and like I look at Kathleen, I was like, this is fake. Like this is a freaking scam, bro. Like there's no way. And of course, like at this time, like we're doing like hashtags, like we hashtag like Riverside, i.e.
I was a marketing
barber,
student.
type of stuff like that, right?
Practice.
So, I was like, this is fake. And so we look up the salon, and it actually was like a real salon. So I was like, oh shoot, this is crazy. And so I DM him back. I'm like, hey, I'm actually in the process of trying to go to barber school or get my license. But I do appreciate that, you reached out to me. And then he hits me with like, that's great. You're trying to get your license. If you're interested, we're actually doing an apprenticeship program. And, if you're interested, just, you can, hit me up or call me back or whatever. So, I tell him, okay, cool. Thanks. I'll look more into it. I feel like there's a lot more stuff being said, but that's what pretty much happened. I look up what the apprenticeship program consists of, and I was like, oh, this is actually really dope. So we continued talking for about like a week. I book a haircut with him. And then from there on, I think 2 weeks later, I started working at the Vibe. Yeah.
That's crazy, actually. Some may call it fate.
Oh,
because that's crazy.
Can I raise my hand?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, because this is story. So like years later, I asked Alan, I was like, bro, how the hell do you find me? Like, because also at this time, the Vibe had like 20K followers, like pretty good page. And then there's me with like what 50 or something.
And it was all just us.
Yeah, it was just 3 pictures.
Just friends.
Yeah, just friends. And I'm like, how did you find me, bro? And he's like, oh, you just popped up on my explore page or whatever. I'm like, okay, I guess hashtags work and the Lord. But I was like, that is crazy. It still blows my mind to this day that like I was actually given the opportunity.
I love that for you. That is a great story.
I know, and here we are, like all of these years later.
I know. It literally only takes one person to give you a chance.
Real.
Literally.
Oh my gosh, that is so true.
Can I also say something else too?
Yeah.
So, kind of going back to Alan. So like the reason why he actually hit me up too, because he was like, oh, like, because I was like, dude, I barely have anything. And he was like, oh, well, because I see that like you may have little pictures, but also like I could tell that you're serious about your stuff. And like you're not just posting like, especially at this time, like barbers were kind of like showing off their lifestyle, going out drinking, whatever, stuff like that. That's cool with me. But like he got a good vibe, you know what I'm saying? From me, it's like, this is why, like, that's why he DM'd me, and, let me give it a shot. So he actually had, like, he looked at my page, even though it's like 3 pictures, and he's like, okay, yeah, like, I see myself in him.
Oh.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's
a crazy
story, man.
All it takes is one. And just
I'm so happy for you.
I think Chris.
That's an amazing story, guys. It's been
5.
an emotional week, eh?
She needs 5.
But that was a great journey that you've had.
Yeah,
and now
crazy.
everybody else will know. We've always known, but
more or less.
I could tell this story like 10 more times. I still won't believe it. It's crazy.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's fate.
Fate.
If you could
Whatcha?
change your fate,
Whatcha?
would ya?
Fate, that motherfucker keeps making an appearance. Oh my god, that was great.
Okay, so when you got into kind of barbering, and then you ended up apprenticeshiping or your apprenticeship,
Yeah.
Was how did your family react?
Man.
How was that reaction? Were they okay with it? What did they want from you?
Okay, so typical Filipino household. I'm the second child. My older sister became a nurse, and so fulfilled my mom's lifelong dream. And so I also wanted to fulfill that dream, right? So I was like, okay, maybe I'll be a nurse. And then I was like, oh no, I don't want to be a nurse. I'll go into physical therapy. Oh, I don't like anatomy. This sucks. Like I don't like school. And so
The first class.
man, A.M.P. 8 a.m. class, and you have a lab at 11. Oh my goodness, kill me.
Why is your lab at 11?
I have because the A.M.P. class was like 2.5 hours.
I mean, yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't. Oh, PM.
A.M.
Oh,
Yes.
oh.
Yes.
That's your fault. That's
a choice.
Hey, it may be normal for you guys, but I couldn't do it. It was too early, and I went to Valley. Like it was like a 10-minute drive.
That's kind of early then.
It was early.
10-minute drive.
It was like a
from
10-minute
you.
drive, but anyways,
And yet school was hard. You know what?
The school's not for everyone.
School's not for everyone.
It wasn't really it. And so, so many stories. Anyways, so I'm in school trying to get into the PT, trying to get my prereqs for physical therapy. But I was like, damn, this is kind of hard. Let me do PTA. Just like less prereqs.
Right.
It's like I kept just like going down the ladder of like, oh, less things to do. Maybe I could do PTA. And then just not sticking. School was not sticking. I was like, man, I'd rather just not be in school. So I actually didn't go to school for a whole semester. I didn't tell my parents. I was literally going out. I would like have a set schedule every day just so at least it would look like I would go to school. I tell my mom, I'm going to go to school, but I'm actually going to go hoop or like go to the gym or go do stuff like that, hang out with friends. I did that for a whole semester.
Ball is life.
How many weeks are in a semester? Or how many months is that? Like 3 months?
Yeah, 6.
I did that
3.5.
Okay, I did that for 3 months. And then like during that time, me and Catherine were hanging out at her house and my mom calls. It's like 9 p.m. She's like, hey, can you come home? I want to talk to you. I was like, what the fridge? Like, what happened? And so she was like, what time are you going to be home? So I was like, I can be home soon. So I get home like at 10-ish, right? And then I come in the room and then my mom's like, asked me, so what's the deal? Are you going to go to school or whatever? I'm pretty sure she found out I wasn't in school. So, then like the pressure hit me and I was like, oh, I want to do barbering. Like I want to cut hair. And then
Asian mom.
And then she was like, and then she was like, oh, what's that gonna do for you? Because like for them, they only understood like cutting hair at like the $8 like salons, supercuts, like family, like like mom and pop shops. I was like, no, mom, like you can actually make really good money because like I said, I was already doing this for like a year and a half or so, right? So this also all happened before Alan hit me up.
Oh, so this is before your apprenticeship.
This is before my apprenticeship. This is before Alan hit me up. So so my mom didn't take it well. Actually, my mom didn't take it well. My dad was lenient enough because he was getting free haircuts. So he was cool with it. And also like with my parents, I think it hit my mom more because she actually had a pretty okay education, like high school. She just couldn't afford college because like her dad couldn't afford to send her to college. So she went through that. While my dad, he only had like a 6th grade education. So like for him, it was like, well, if you work, that's fine. But if you don't go to school, that's okay. That's also okay with me, as long as like you're doing something, right? Later that night, my parents came to a compromise. I was actually crying in front of my parents. Yeah, so but I cried trying to tell them.
Men don't cry.
I was trying to I was trying to just really like stand my ground. I was like, no, like let me do this. Like I can do it. I really enjoy this. Like I actually really enjoy this. And I think that's when the passion like started to spark, right? Anyways, so we compromised that I would get a job because I would pay for my own school on my own out of my own pocket. I was like, cool. And this is where my dad hooked it up with like the market. So I was able to work there. And what's really crazy is that during this time period of like me work or like telling my parents, I didn't talk to my mom for a little over a month. Like
a long time.
Like there's like, oh, like if I really needed something, I was like, damn, bro, I ain't trying to ask her. I'm like, Dad, wait, are you home?
Right.
But I didn't like. I was so respectful, if she needed something, if she wanted to call me, I'm like, yeah, okay. But like, I didn't really want to talk to her because like she was so like disapproving of my decision, and like I didn't get any support from it. But it wasn't until after like the apprenticeship that she kind of came around to it, right? But even then, it was still a lot harder. And then even after that, like some whole health complications happened with her. And then I don't know if I want to get into that, but
Does she believe you now?
yeah, okay. Now she believes me now. So like, we actually had this conversation. It was a while back. I think this was after her aneurysm. If you don't know what an aneurysm is, look it up. But my mom kind of forgot. So she had an aneurysm. She kind of forgot what happened, of how she was so mean to me. And she kind of asked me, she's like, hey, like, I've already been cutting for like 4 or 5 years, right? She was like, are you going to do anything besides barbering? Or are you like going to try to get an education or go back to school and stuff like that? I was like, no, mom, it's like, I don't want to go into school. I don't want to do that. Like, I love what I'm doing, you know? And it was really nice of her, because like the only reason why she wanted me to go to school, maybe the aneurysm may have skewed her or whatever, but I'm gonna stick with this one, because she was like, I want people to respect you. I want people to look at you, and I want them to respect you, and like what is it, like not talk down on you. Like I want them to look at you, like kind of have a little bit of prestige, but not for her sake, like but for my own sake, which was like, and I said, Mom, I don't give a about that. What people think about me. I didn't really care what people thought about me at that point. Maybe I did, but like I wanted to assure my mom like that those things didn't matter. Yeah. You know, like what matters is that like if you're happy with what I'm doing, I'm also happy doing it. And it's been smooth sailing. And there's just my dad in the background, just chilling.
Oh, your
That's
dad.
crazy.
So funny.
But I think that the way I tell the story to people, I definitely use the aneurysm as no, I tell people, I'm like, well, after a literal near-death experience multiple times, you get to a point where it's like, who cares about what people think if you're happy, because it's like, wouldn't it be better that we're here together now while we're all alive than being upset that something happened. When you almost die.
Yeah.
That's
perspectives change.
Exactly. It's like, yeah, you're right. That doesn't matter.
So you had a do-over.
I did. To be honest with you, yeah, I did.
It's not I think okay, and then this is me as I'm obviously Jover's mom is my mother-in-law, but I'm still removed, right? I see us talking, I realize, okay, maybe I don't realize how bad an aneurysm is because I've never worked in a healthcare setting. But anyone and everyone I've talked to and all the research I've done has brought me to the conclusion that no, it's crazy she's alive. And what's crazier is that she is well.
Yeah, she's
what's
walking.
also crazy
gardens.
What's also crazy is that she was in and out of the hospital 2 months, even
That's
less.
crazy.
Yeah.
Even with the doctors, where her post-op results and stuff like that, they're like, what the heck? This is way too fast. The rate at you're recovering is actually really good. But it was also a little scary too, because I heard people regress and they go back into a worse state. I was like, why would you tell me that? Damn.
Why would you say that?
But praise the Lord. My mom's doing well.
Yeah, she's still stubborn.
Yeah.
She won't stop gardening because she has nothing else to do.
I love that for her.
Yeah.
She is living what is it called?
The retired life.
No.
Oh.
What is the game where you farm?
Oh, Farmville?
Farmville. She is live action Farmville.
Stardew
Valley.
Yeah.
And I love that. I aspire to be in Stardew
Valley. Yeah.
Stardew Valley.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, obviously your family has gone through a lot. It's actually kind of crazy that she's still alive, which is amazing.
And that's what we call
Fate.
Do-overs.
Do-over?
Do-overs. No, I'm just kidding.
do-overs are crazy.
Yeah. Anyway.
Anywho, buckaroo.
Okay. So I'm glad. Obviously, it's good to see that you had to stand your ground, because literally I'm anxious hearing your story.
Right. 8 years later, 15 years later.
15 years later.
And
roll
it's
the
still
roll the
I'm
clip.
still avoidant of my beard.
yeah, that's crazy. I'm glad that you have that support system then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, you're very blessed.
Yeah, that's
Or if you guys don't believe in that stuff, you're very fortunate.
Fortunate,
very,
yes.
very fortunate.
fortunate.
Yeah, however
Yeah.
you choose to see it.
Yeah.
So back to kind of talking more about your career and stuff. I
Mhm.
know we had a whole woo about family
I
and
know.
all that, but I feel like that is so like, of course that's gonna happen, and that story comes up in any Asian
Household?
household of or like an Asian person who's trying to attempt a creative field that is not
Literally
nursing.
just anything that is not healthcare.
yeah.
Even sometimes business,
Yeah.
Right.
they're a little like
It's
wavery
still
on
it's
it,
like
you know?
ooh, yeah. Okay. So again, going back to barbering. So what do you think is the biggest misconception people have about being a barber? If there are any. Just, some fun stuff.
Mhm.
To be honest, like I don't know if there are any misconceptions. Chat, can you help me?
Cat GPT?
Cat GPT.
Okay, so I think some misconception. According to my knowledge of having been with a barber of 15 years.
15 years.
15 years.
That's
8
longer than my
years.
marriage.
Oh, that's longer than we've been together. Misconceptions is that every barber.
I have one.
Okay.
Oh, what is it?
Huh.
Hit
I'm
me.
not even in this proximity.
Hit me.
Well, you are.
I mean, okay. Well, I think the misconception is that people think that it's easy.
Oh.
It's not. As
yeah.
a woman that goes to the salon multiple times a year, at least, I can speak for my stylist. That shit is hard. No matter
Yeah.
how easy it looks to get it,
Yes.
it's not.
Yeah.
I guess I could say that for me to make it look easy is like how many hours did I put in to like make it look easy? Because like I'll look at a haircut and I'll consult my clients and I'll look at their hair and I'm like, this could work. This might not work. Or I try to talk them into something that's like a lot more suited for their hair. I also hate when clients come show me pictures of like somebody with like curly wavy hair and their hair is like bone straight. I'm like, brother, it's not gonna work unless you get a perm, bro. I don't know what's gonna happen.
So funny.
Like you need a perm, but it's definitely it's not easy. It could be easy, like depending on how long you've been doing it, because then you just kind of go on autopilot,
Yeah.
right?
That's true. That's true.
Because like especially for me, like it's like with cutting hair or just like the whole customer service, the whole shebang. I am like a big introvert, and so for me to like
Really?
have,
No,
Oh.
we're just questioning you. But
I
yeah.
am. No, I am.
We know.
I like my time. But anyways, like, but for me to like, especially if it's somebody new, like to talk to somebody, especially when I was like coming up, talk to somebody, like keep a conversation going, make them feel welcome, like seem like I cared, which I did because I had
He
to.
doesn't anymore.
Like I had to care. Actually, like I had to care because like how is my client retention gonna be if I don't care, right? So like listen to my clients and stuff like that, and still give a good haircut and still be mindful of like the time frame that I'm cutting hair so it doesn't take too long, and like you're standing all day, and then like especially if you're working in a salon or barbershop setting, like you're welcoming people in and out. There's more people. It's like there's so many things. You're so stimulated, you're so overstimulated that like. I'm like, bro, I just want to go in the back room and like I just want to be in silence. And that was actually a lot of times that I had to do. I had to go into like the break room and I would just sit and like not talk to anybody.
That sounds like a nice break.
Barbering or like being a hairstylist, like it's definitely not easy. We make it look easy because we spend hours, mastering the craft and like learning how to make it look easy. Crazy, right? And then I guess thanks to producer Andrew, what is it? Some other misconceptions. So one was does cutting hair make it grow faster? No, cutting hair does not make it grow faster. So like let's say for example like you have like a thin spot or like you're like for a beard, like your beard is kind of thin, right? So the reason why when you cut it down with like a clipper or a razor, the reason why it makes it seem like it grows back faster is because with a razor or a clipper, so imagine this is the hair, right? So when the hair is being cut, it's actually being cut at an angle. So it leaves the tip of the hair a lot sharper compared to like if you were to wax it, right? So as the hair, and then the hair grows from the root up, right? So as it gets longer, the ends are still very sharp, like still kind of prickly. So if you were to run your fingers through it or your hands through it, it's like, oh wow, it seems thicker because when the hair compared to being waxed, it's a lot softer when it grows out.
I see.
That's why the whole
it's like a whole completely new growth when you
it's a whole
So
different new
like
growth.
texture.
Yeah, just texture. So the texture makes it seem like it may have grown a lot fuller, but no, it's just being cut different. Another misconception is some people think that some of their hairs grow fast. I guess some do, because I do have a client whose hair grows back like a week. But for the most part, the average person, hair will grow about half an inch in a month. So that's also how I dictate how much to cut off my client's hair. I'm like, hey, bro, how long has it been? Like, since I cut you? She's like, oh, like 3 months. So I was like, okay, cool. So if you want your hair the same length to where
1.5 inch.
yeah, 1.5 inch. Yes. 15.
Thank you guys. Think you got something right.
Look at you, numbers
Yeah.
girl.
So if I tell them, it's like, hey, like if I'll cut 1.5 inches, and I'll pretty much put it back to where it was 3 months ago. So that's another thing.
Ooh, my hairstylist Corinne told me that in the summer hair does grow a little bit faster, but that's just because you're sweating. So like you're sweating, you're washing your like, your pores are continuously I don't know. Yeah, just imagine like you're sweating, so there's like more blood flow happening and going to your hair.
Makes sense.
Oh, because you're always
like, you're always like on the go in the summer, especially.
That makes sense when I'm in
Yeah.
Indo.
See?
Ooh.
Oh my gosh, now that it's hot, girl, she's gonna come back.
Exactly.
hot girl.
But then like in the winter time, like it's
She
a little
dies.
slower.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah,
She
just because
hibernates.
it's like you're not like you're probably not tying it, or like you're not
not
sweating
touching
as
it
much.
as
You're
much.
not
Yeah.
touching. Yeah. So I
On
guess
another
it has something
note,
to do with that.
Massage your scalp, bros.
Yeah,
Bros and gals. Go get you the dog head massager. I'll send you to heaven. But anyways,
Ooh,
yes,
wait.
a lot of blood flow, especially if you like when you shampoo. Get a scalp scrubber just to increase the blood flow in your scalp, and it will promote a lot more hair growth or a lot
Also,
faster hair growth.
If you are a man, if you are a woman and you have a guy, whatever, if you have a partner, you should massage your partner's head. Because listen, all the stories I hear when Jover tells me like, oh yeah, I like massage like these guys' heads.
Pause.
Scalps.
Scalps.
And like they love it. And it's like, do you guys like not shampoo?
See, that's why your haircuts are not the same price as ours.
Bro.
Exactly.
We get hair wash, we get hair massages.
Yes.
We get like the little like nice smelling stuff too. Like it's expensive.
I'd be sending my clients to heaven. I'm just kidding. No, but they really do fall asleep though. Like when we did have a wash bowl, like that was like their favorite thing. It's like, oh my gosh, they be walking to the wash bowl so excited. I'm like, bro.
Hey, that's your man's.
But
Get your
yeah,
man.
get a
Get a wash bowl,
wash your hair.
boys.
Get a little scalp scrubber for a couple minutes. Oh my goodness, yeah. Because it's that little that tingly feeling you get in your scalp and you feel it all the way down to
Oh,
your,
know.
to your fingertips and to
I
your
love
toes.
that.
We love
yeah.
I
it.
love that.
And listen, there are only a few people that I think are really good at it. Not everyone can do it.
Yeah.
So,
But you know what? If it's your only time, then like it's your best time.
Yeah.
right.
So
Anyways, yeah.
anyway,
That's misconceptions, right?
you mentioned, and Andrew asked this earlier while we were on a brief pause. What is the difference between a barber and a hairstylist?
It's a great question because I personally don't know. Like, okay, I'm just kidding. No, because for me, like when I was coming up, I wanted to be both. Like I wanted to be like a pretty good barber and a pretty good hairstylist. And so like I learned like from mentors and from my mentor, Alan, shout you out again. Like he did both really well. Like somebody could come in, you wanted like a buzz cut or like somebody with waves or an afro, like very sharp lines. and then somebody else would come in. You want more flow. You want more fullness around the head, but just more textured. Kill it. And that was like literally the person at that time that I knew that could do those things. And now everyone's kind of combining both together and bridging that gap. But I would say the difference with a barber is like a barber deals definitely a lot more with facial hair too, like beards, like beard trims, mustaches. Yeah, and then with a hairstylist, like kind of speaks for itself.
Style hair.
Like styles hair.
Explain, yeah.
Like, I would say what is it? I mean, blow drying the hair, styling the hair that suits the clients and stuff like that.
Like a dry bar?
What's a dry bar?
Oh,
is it the one that they have like Ulta
bar.
and stuff?
Mm.
Or Sephora?
Dry bar is like a brand, but you go in there for like blowouts.
Oh, okay.
Like just to style. You don't actually get like
That's
cut.
like a hairstylist.
Okay.
I think of it as like, so in weddings, right? For the brides, you have like your hair and makeup artists.
Oh,
You'll have
yeah.
a hairstylist.
Yeah, I'm terrible at trying to explain this because like I was kind of where everyone was kind of trying to bridge that already.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I
see.
see that as like, again, I'm not a barber, but Jover's my husband. But like now, like before, of course, people like just love like a clean fade or whatever.
Yeah.
But now you have a lot of the younger kids who like want a full scissor haircut.
Bro, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And people getting left behind. I'm gonna tell you that people are getting left behind because they're not trying to learn or like trying to like further their like skill set.
Are you trying to learn and further your skill set?
Yes. Moving on to the next question. So yes, I actually did. I took a couple courses. I'm actually in one right now, but I hit like a little slump because I dislocated my left hand.
Right. He dislocated his hand when he should have gone to a doctor, guys. It was actually dislocated.
He could have just gotten it fixed.
But the doctor that I was going to was DJing for.
Not the DJ to doctor, doctor to DJ pipeline again.
I cut it. I was like, "Hey, dog, can you like squeeze me in?" It's like, "Sorry, bro, I'm playing sets here and here." I'm like, "Oh man, imagine that'd be crazy."
Oh my god.
Dang, that
Like-
was. Things are connected.
Okay, anyway,
Not his bones though.
they're good now.
They are now.
I'm like 99.9%
He
back.
put it back
I hope-
himself.
Yes. I actually did pull it was my ring finger on my left hand. I pulled it back in place. It was great.
Yeah, he was depressed for a month, guys. Actually,
Like a month and a half.
That's a long
All,
time.
all he had to do was go to urgent care.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's literally it.
Anyway,
Anyways, yeah. During COVID, I bought a course. It was like 50% off. It was great. Like one of the barbers or men's hairstylists that I really like. I think it's like one of the best. Bought his course, helped me further like my education with cutting hair. Like
who is it?
Um,
Name drop.
Barber Josh OP Omera Patel. I think he's like British Indian. But yeah, like I think he's one of the best. I think he's like one of the best in the industry. Anyways, I took his course, helped really understand hair. Like he really simplified hair to a degree that I was like, oh wow, I could pretty much do anything, any hairstyle with this system. So I took that, and then now I'm in another course. It's called LTC, Learn to Cut, by this barber hairstylist. His name's Alexi. He's in Canada, based in like Toronto. So this one's kind of different because now you're in you have a mentor, like you have a one-to-one coach. You do like calls and stuff like that, like twice a month. And then there's there's a whole bunch of videos you can watch of like tutorials. And then what they want you to do is for feedback is that they want you to post like your haircuts. And then the other coaches within that community will like pretty much give you feedback and how you can better your hairstyles, how you can better the fade, what you can do to fix like the certain issues that you may have in your in the haircut. Like, hey, I'm having this client has this type of hair texture, or it was really hard for me to fade this out. Like, can you guys give me feedback on how I can make it easier on myself? So that one's cool. So I'm in that right now. Yeah, but like I said, I've been in a slump for like a month and a half, and so definitely we'll be back on it ASAP as soon as possible. But yes, those are the things I have done. And of course, like having Alan was my mentor was like honestly the best thing that could have happened to me, because he was already doing both barbering and hairdressing at a really high level. So like being exposed to that from the beginning was like really, really, really good.
Are you guys still friends or mentors still? How's that
I would-
relationship?
I would say we're peers. We see eye to eye now.
That is so.
Yeah. Yeah, we're
my
peers
guy.
now. Because like I said, I always say this. Like I always wanted to be as good as him, and I think I did get to that point now to where like we're pretty good. Like he's still pretty freaking good. Like he cannot cut hair for like 6 months, and man, yeah. But he's really good. So we're peers now. We still talk here and there. We actually share the same chair. He just cuts on Saturdays, and I cut
that
the
is
rest of the
so
week.
funny.
So yeah, we just share the same chair. But we're definitely looking to expand to like a different space. You know, I don't want to get all into that, but like yeah, we're looking to just get our own space again. But yeah, I still talk to
That's
him.
cool.
So with getting your own space and everything, obviously that sounds like that's a lot of like business aspects. So how do you kind of balance your craft, like
Yes.
the hair cutting and like clippers and all of those techniques with the business aspects of like booking people, marketing,
Oh
if
man.
you manage that.
Leasing,
Right.
electricity.
Yeah.
My gosh.
So
bills.
I'm gonna just tell you now, like, don't get into this if you don't want to work. If you don't want to work 24/7, like, there's no balance. Like, there are better ways to manage it. Yes, to where you can balance it, but like, if you're not cutting hair, behind the chair, you're dealing with clients. You're dealing with trying to market yourself, post, social media stuff, and then like if you own like a suite or a barbershop, now you're having to deal with landlords, having to deal with utilities, all that stuff. And you all have to do that by yourself, like if it is just you. So there's not really a balance, but there's definitely like there are ways to like better manage it. And those are like hiring people, having assistants to take care of certain things. So now like that's not in your hands, it's in their hands, their responsibility.
Yeah. I think people like who want to have their own business, it's like, okay, yeah, you're going to leave your 9 to 5 or your 24/7. And are you ready for that?
I say 25/8 because they don't stop.
It never stops.
Can't stop, won't stop.
It just bleeds into the next week every time.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's literally what it
Yeah.
is. But you know what?
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
But I guess one way I've learned how to manage is I leave work at work. I don't tell anybody I cut hair unless like we get into like an intense conversation or whatever. But I don't even try to market myself. I just leave that.
Because
at
you
work.
don't need to
Because
anymore.
kind of don't need to because
If he does, he'll get too booked.
yeah, and then
That's true.
and then my
That's
clients will
one
hate me.
person.
My clients will hate me. So a lot of my clientele has been like word of mouth, and it's been really great. It's like I haven't really had the need to market unless like if I'm really trying to like expand and like really be like book. But do I want to be like that? I don't know.
No.
Right. Yeah. And I feel like you do have to be ready, like when you expand or like when you scale, right? Like, are your clients prepared for that price increase?
Yeah. And
are you ready to work more?
And are you ready to lose clients too?
Exactly.
Right.
Like,
It's a lot of
and
risk.
a lot of these clients, like, they're like my friends, I go play basketball with them. I see them outside of work. We hang out. So it's like, am I ready to see them out in that, after an aftermath of like me losing them or whatever?
Yeah.
And, it's not personal. It's just business.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and I hope like they understand that.
Yeah. Like you wouldn't necessarily be mad if they stopped going to you.
Yeah.
Because of like financial reasons or whatever.
Oh, and then so I also tell them like, bro, if you can't afford me, I will happily like recommend somebody. But it always happens. This always happens. They go to somebody and it's like, bro, I'm sorry. I'm never cheating on you ever again. What do you want me to do? Like, I recommend somebody to you because then you have like some financial like instability, something happens, so but then they always go coming back to you and it's like, yeah, bro, like they don't cut me like you do, or whatever the case may be,
They
or like they
don't
do,
cut me like
or like
you
they don't give you
do.
the same like care or service. And I'm like, don't worry, Papa got you.
You know what that's called?
I'm
That's
just kidding.
called brand loyalty. That's brand loyalty.
That's true. You're creating a Nike, but in barbering.
Barbering, yeah.
I love that.
Or Coca-Cola.
I try to, like, bro, just go try somebody else. But
Yeah. And it's always okay too.
yeah, it's fine. I
It's
really-
not. It's
Okay.
not. As someone that was told, I'll recommend you. It wasn't the same. It's not the same. I literally still travel for mine.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So
See, there you go.
Colorado.
See, prime example.
right.
Hey, if
right.
my client ever makes it big, I tell them, hey, bro, just fly me out, bro. Please, just so I can just say one time, hey, my guy flew me out. And then he paid for my stay, and he still paid me.
I mean, to be honest, if we all had money like that, I would do that all the time too.
Yeah. I
You
mean,
wouldn't have to be flying to Colorado every other week, every other month.
every other
Yeah.
month.
what's crazy is a little fun fact. Tupac's barber flew him out for literally he lived with Tupac, and like he missed out on like his like early 20s. Like he had no, because he was with Tupac
That was his
pretty
life.
much. That was his life.
Wasn't Tupac bald?
He got a beard though. No, no, he just cut it short. But Tupac did have like curls on top.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
haven't seen him.
No, but yeah. So this guy missed out on like his early 20s and that part of his life. But it was to him, it was like it wasn't regrets or whatever. But yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I guess
Flew
it's
him
like
out.
if you're ready to do that, then
Yeah.
do it. You know, if that's like the type of clientele you want.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, just wanting to kind of close this off
You guys are.
as much as we can. How do you define success in your career?
Yeah.
And do you think that definition has shifted since day one?
I would say my definition of success, I think from day one hasn't wavered or has stayed the same. And it's I could just say with one word, flexibility.
Mm.
In this industry, there's flexibility in how much you work and how much you charge and what clients you can take. You can be a very curated like hairstylist / barber to where I only want to curate to this type of clientele, and I only
Tupac's barber.
to parts to
For
high
example.
to high paying ticket clienteles, right? And to only be working 2 to 3 days a week and to be charging a certain amount of price. Now, like I'm not completely there yet, but like I would say I've had the flexibility to set my own hours. Like I take weekends off and stuff like that, and I only work like 4 days. But in those 4 days, I'm like I decide to really work, right? But then after those 4 days, I leave that there. So I have the flexibility of doing that, and then I also have the flexibility to like telling clients off, telling clients no, like I don't want to cut you no more, or like not when you don't want to cut them, and it's fine. Your clients reflect you, and I think that's the coolest thing. Like it reflects your interests and the certain things that you do in life, and their beliefs. Like like your clients reflect you or me. But I would say success for me is defined as like having the flexibility to be able to really have a lot of control of like how I want my life and my career to be.
Okay, so what advice would you give to your past self, and what words of encouragement would you give to your future self?
This is so funny because I could just like kind of like make it like a full circle moment. All right.
Then do it.
Okay. So my advice.
Oh,
Huh?
you have to
Oh,
talk
yes,
to
Oh,
the camera.
dang.
Sorry.
All right.
This is for
Damn.
you to you.
Okay.
Right,
Past me. Advice to my past me. Right. Work your butt off. All the. Oh, I'm gonna cry. That's what.
Don't cry.
No. Okay. Sorry. Okay. No. Sorry. I got a little emotional. It just kind of hit me because it kind of just like.
It's fine. Just
It's
keep
a-
talking
yeah,
to
okay,
yourself.
anyways.
Go ahead, cry.
No, I'm not
Just
gonna cry.
won't look
I'm not
at
gonna
you.
No, I won't cry. But yeah, work your butt off, man. Like all the hours you spent what is it? Going on YouTube and like watching hella videos, and like even on like lunch breaks, you would go and watch like tutorials on how to do haircuts. Keep doing that. Keep being you. Keep being what is it? Just be authentically you, and people will gravitate towards that. And at the same time, still have respect for people who may not respect you, whether people who don't respect your time, people who don't respect your craft, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, you're being yourself, you're working hard, and you just want a better life for yourself. That's pretty good. Okay. And then future me. Brother, the hard work paid off. Yeah, man. Definitely. You could have worked harder. You could always work harder, but all the things that you've done in your life, all the decisions you've made, and all the hours that you have put into your craft and to your business, they'll pay off, because like your work will show proof, or your work will show. And yeah, that's my thing I would tell my past and my future self.
Wow. That was so beautiful. Round of applause.
Almost cried.
That was
bro.
a great. I'm literally gonna cry. Like, when you guys leave, I'm literally gonna cry.
We're gonna get in and out after this. Let's go.
We're vibes.
Bro, I'm
you just
hungry.
finished school.
Let's go.
Oh my god, I literally have a project, but who am I to say
Wait,
no?
Andrew, in and out? Okay.
Okay, good.
We can take a note.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for
Wow.
that message. Oh, coming in past Jover, so grateful. So grateful. Oh, future Jover. Damn, he's crying,
That's
bro.
crazy.
He's crying. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Maybe one more word of encouragement.
Yes.
Words of encouragement.
Let's do it.
What would you say to our viewers and our listeners who may be feeling the pressure to kind of, do the whole healthcare career, or a career that their parents wanted them to have, but secretly want to follow their own creative path?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll say this is if you want to be your own creative or follow your own path, just be ready for the hard stuff. Whether your parents telling you it's not a good thing, your friends not agreeing with it or not really supporting it. Because what really matters is if you're really passionate and wanting to do your stuff, do you. Like, you can only depend on you. And then at the same time, your success of how your business, especially if it's just you, will, like, you have full control and like of how successful you can be, because then like there's no one really else to blame but you. Like, and that's how I was. Like, I can't blame anybody for my lack of like haircutting skills or like my lack of customer service. Like, all that can be controlled by me. And if I really want this, like, I have to go get it. That's why it was so hard for me to but it was really hard for me because, I'm an introvert. I don't really go out there and go get it like that.
Mm.
But yeah, just if you're going to go do your own business, just work hard, prepare, be, mentally ready for all the hardships that's going to come with it. But at the end of the day, if you put in the work and if you just, grind and, and you really love what you do, like, the work will show, and it shows like 10 out of 10.
Thank you so much, Jover, for taking the time to
be here.
Yeah. And tell us and everybody else that's listening more about your path.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people know you, but not everybody knows your story.
You know me, not my story.
That's what I just said.
Literally what you said.
No, but like, it's like that
It's
whole
like copy paste.
No, but it's like the whole meme. It's like, you don't know, like, something like, I don't know. It's a whole meme. It's like,
Picasso, I like. Anyways, so it looks like Jover is doing just fine. Thanks for tuning in this week, everyone. Hope to see you. Oh, I'm Crystal.
And I'm Kathleen.
And
I'm filled to the brim.
with beans. Thank you for tuning in again. Hopefully you learned more about Jover's journey and hope that encourages you as well.
So,
Tune in for next week's episode. Bye.
bye.